So let's jump into my top 5. It's where I talk about 5 drivers that you should have taken note of during the Toyota Save Mart 350. William Byron. Yes, I am Byron. He came home 18th. Not really a performance you want to talk about on this segment, but you know, for the first 2 stages of that race, William Byron looked like a contender. Dominated the first stage, leading the most laps and conquering the stage win. In the second stage, he had a good performance. I believe finished 6th in it. And then just strategy kind of mired him back. And then he could just never regain that track position he lost. So it was just a shame for William. He had a really great running. Shows that him and Chad Knaus, the communication is really down path. And there's some good things that I expect from the 24 car over the summer. William could be the surprise berth for the second Hendrick car into the chase. I know Alex Bowman has really been strong this year and showing his hand, but I feel like now it's the time for the 24 car as the next couple of weeks kind of shake up. Matt DiBenedetto, the people's champ. Yeah, you made it back on my top 5. And you were in the top 5. Career day for Matt DiBenedetto, finished 4th. Amazing job for him in the DW throwback car. Could have brought him some luck and some magic there. Matt, he has got some road course prowess. He has some experience, especially in the K&N series. They run much more road course races than the 3 other top tier series in NASCAR does. He had some experience on that front, which kind of helped, but he just showed that Levine family racing team just has no quit in them. They know what they can achieve on track. You know, just because they are the 5th Joe Gibbs racing car doesn't mean they aren't as strong as the other 4. And they showed that this weekend, and it was really great to see Matt up there in the top 5 and came home with the 4th place finish. Hopefully some good momentum for Chicagoland, and Daytona's coming up, Matt. I know you led a lot of laps there in February, buddy. Great to see you win that one, but awesome showing. That's a feel-good story right there of the weekend. Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney came home 3rd. Great job for Ryan. Never really thought much of Ryan on road courses, though he did win the Roval last year. That's a Roval, that's not a road course. If you want to say that's a road course, you can come fight me. You know? Nevertheless, this race, he was really strong and assertive, especially during that last stage, battling in the top 5 and trying to stay within, you know, the battle of the top 3. And he ended up on podium, finished 3rd. It was a great run, by far the best Penske car all day. You know, it's a really great momentum for Ryan. Hopefully he can continue this into Chicagoland as well. Another great 1.5 mile for the Penske program. And, you know, he's showing that just because he's the 3rd Penske car doesn't mean he's out of the conversation while Brad and Joey are out there winning, you know. And Ryan has got to step it up. I mean, when you put him on the pedestal of where his teammates are when they have multiple wins in the season and Ryan is still looking for his first win, it kind of lights a fire under that 12 car and that 12 cars, you know, group there that they need to kind of like step up and get a victory. And this is the right steps to be taken to get to victory lane. You got to get in the top 5, and a 3rd place finish is a great way to start with it. Kyle Busch, 2nd. Yes. If there's one position Kyle Busch hates more than last, it's 2nd.
It's just what we do. We come here to finish 2nd.
Because it's like the first loser. You got to give credit to Kyle Busch. He was one of the 40 idiots out there on track who was also off the track at times during the weekend, but he had a really clean race. Really great strategy from him and his team. Got him up front when he needed to be there, but unfortunately he just didn't have the car when he needed it, and just there was too much time to be gained and not enough time to gain it back. And Kyle had to settle for 2nd this race, but he still did an amazing job, especially in that final stage, to kind of have the drive he did to be as strong and contend for the victory, especially when he had to throw out that ice bag out the side of his car. He was doing a good job with that. That's the equivalent of like trying to take the exit ramp while you're eating your Big Mac and your fries. One hand Big Mac, fries in the other, and you got the soda in the lap. That was the equivalent of what Kyle Busch was doing, trying to throw that ice bag out of the side of the car. So good driving for Kyle. The winner was his teammate, Joe Gibbs Racing's Martin Truex Jr., the 19 car, came home 1st. Great success for Martin on Sonoma's, you know, left and right hand turns, and he showed that just because you had a carousel doesn't mean his momentum isn't going to carry over, because he now becomes the first driver since Jeff Gordon to win consecutive races at Sonoma. I think he's the only driver besides Jeff Gordon, to win consecutive races at Sonoma, which is amazing feat. If you can be mentioned anytime with a Hall of Famer, you're doing something great. And MTJ and that 19 crew came to Sonoma with a game plan and a mentality to win, and they came through. But the biggest reason why I got to bring up Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. in the same conversation, let's arc it back a few weeks ago. We said that there's going to be two strong cars this year. That's the 18 and the 19. And once again, they're showing that they are the strongest cars in the field. Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch both are going to be ones to watch throughout the summer months to see who has the stranglehold at Joe Gibbs Racing. But not only that, who of those two drivers has the most momentum going into the playoffs. It'll be really interesting to see that. I feel like the championship battle will shape up with those two drivers being in the conversations. The other two in that final four will remain to be seen, because if Newton's law explained anything to us, it's that it fits racing the best, because in racing, if it can happen, it will happen. And that's what it's shown this year. Amazing job Joe Gibbs Racing for all four cars finishing in the top 10. All five cars in the top 10 if you also count Matthew Benedetto's amazing fourth place run. You know, if I've got to say one thing about the rest of this year, you got to look out for Joe Gibbs Racing, okay? It's four strong cars, just like SHR last year. So, you know, coming into Homestead, you might see something as crazy as one organization going after the championship. And if it is, right now I got to put my money on Joe Gibbs Racing. And that'll do it. That has been my top 5 this week. I hope whoever you were watching this weekend had a solid run, and you maybe checked out these 5 drivers. Who will be in my top 5 next week?